How did you stop drinking alcohol? R. Stop drinking. Aim to replace your drinking habit with a different habit. It is possible to stop. Yes, of course. I am recovering alcoholic. I drank 1,400 milliliters whiskey per day at my most. You should posting on R. Alcoholism or R. Alcoholics Anonymous also. You will heal. Not eating while drinking is very bad for health. I don't really know the units you used, Bekwase. I don't understand Oz measurement. But you can stop. And it's best to stop as soon as you can because it only gets worse. I was on the path of drinking myself to death. Life wasn't even bad lately. But my habits from when everything was a struggle weren't letting up. It's how I habitually overconsume in any given area. I saw some ugly habits that happened while drinking. Like being abrasive with my sweetie when I wanted space. A day clean. I asked my brother for help. After seeing the prices for rehab lol. He recommended a free app that includes a month of taking notes and some heavy diary entries. The Alcohol Experiment. It's a free app. I've been off the sips for over a year now. Our culture is obsessed with getting us to consume. Alcohol is no exception. I was a heavy drinker. Nightly for about a decade. App is free. Now that I'm not buying beer, I have more money for other things. Like cigs. Eventually I've got to find a similar program for cigs. I'm a beer drinker. Always drank beer after work. At home. Soleil and LaCroix made quitting easier than it would have been with nothing to substitute the beer with. I drank it just like beer. One after another. From the bottom of my heart, I wish you sobriety. My mom lost 20 plus years to alcohol. It's a huge money sink. It's empty calories. It messes with your brain long term. Both in memory and just overall function. Alcohol is a poison quite literally. I think a good test is go a week without and monitor how you feel. How you react to things. How you're sleeping. If you're craving alcohol or getting night sweats or anything, reach out to somebody. I'm proud of you for posting here. Substitute a couple with a beer to trick your taste buds at first. Then realize that 3 beers over the course of a day isn't going to do much. It's just wasting money. Then stop buying it. Honestly, I just stopped. I did eventually go for weed and then realized that I really don't drink at all anymore. Your situation is not good, man. Drinking in the morning is indicative of a huge problem. Booze absolutely could kill you. But the biggest problem is that you could possibly accidentally kill somebody else. Second R. Stop drinking. Tons of literature out there. Lots of people suggest this naked mind. Or Alan Carr's easy way. You won't hear this too often, but shrooms have been known to help certain people as well. I used to go to the lake and had a friend who owned a community dock. He drank while his wife ran the store. I never even saw him act drunk. He died from liver failure in his 50s and was worth millions. Give up the booze, man. Eat healthy and go to the gym. Life is short and you're damaging your body and organs. I'm rooting for you. I walked my ass into a meeting of Alcoholics Anonymous. I did drink myself to death. Twice. My chronic pain wasn't manageable. So death by bottle was the best option at the time. Or so my booze-rattled brain told me. After 3 months of still being in pain, but staying sober, my brain healed enough for me to control management of my pain. It took going to detox multiple times, dying twice and losing everyone to quit. But I got away from booze. So can you. Use every step someone suggests until you find a path that works for you. Good luck. Realized that everyone around me that drank and or did drugs was low-key pathetic and going nowhere. I felt like social drinking and hanging around those people was holding me back too. Got into straight edge culture since I was already into hardcore punk and changed my life. It's a good positive lifestyle. Look into it. I stopped because I started hating hangovers. On top of that, 6 tall cans every other day was getting costly. At some point I realized I didn't enjoy it anymore, so I stopped. It was rough the first few days, but the craving went away after some time. I don't regret it. Been 7 months sober. I used to drink a lot before my son was born. Then, waking up early to a baby when you're hungover was horrible. Now I barely touch the stuff. And I feel good. Come over to r crippling alcoholism and you can see the degenerates. I have drank at least a bottle of vodka a day on Friday, Sunday for the past 10 years. Drank on sales visits with customers during the week, and recently after a bad breakup had about a handle a day for about 6 months. I quit 3 weeks ago and I just stopped. Something clicked in my head and I no longer have any desire to drink. I bit my nails for 33 years of my life and I just stopped all of a sudden too. I stopped initially because there were consequences. Someone pulled me aside and told me I'd grope them in a blackout, which I'd never do sober. I also puked blood all over the Airbnb I was staying in with 9 other people. I was vacationing in Iceland in winter, which was dumb, but it meant we were snowed in and I couldn't get more booze. Plus I was too scared to drink in case I hurt someone again. That was the first time I realized my drinking impacted others negatively. When I got back to the US, I asked my sober roommate to take me to an AA meeting, and I've been sober since. That was over 9 years ago. Now I have a house and a husband and a kid and a pretty happy life. But I worked all the steps multiple times with sponsors. Sobriety is an active state of being. Throughout my 20s and early 30s I drank 12 to 15 beers a day. I had a wake-up call and decided to stop. It was surprisingly easy when I replaced that habit with a different habit. Now I have a glass of wine every once in a while. But that's all, and it's not a struggle. Go ahead and get rid of that habit and find a passion to replace it with. I would say 6 beers a day is a nothing burger. But spreading out your 422 Auses over the day, that's essentially 8 beers, is problematic. And it seems like you're filling the gap with drinks you don't count. Coming up on 3 years at the end of the month, and I still remember crying like a baby about 2 weeks in because I remembered a dream from the night before and realized that I hadn't dreamt in almost a decade. Even if you're not seeing physical effects, there's definitely mental effects from pushing down feelings instead of dealing with them. Like others have said, distract yourself with another hobby. I read a lot, This Naked Mind, and Quit Like a Woman, and listen to podcasts like Recovery Elevator to feel less alone. I used to drink a minimum of 3-6 pints every afternoon after work. As I got older I felt sicker when drinking. I also have the devil come out of me towards everyone around me. I had to stop as I got wicked acid reflux and sickness up to multiple days after drinking. The only cure was more alcohol to not feel completely out of energy, tired and nauseated all the time. I decided it's not worth it. I love how I feel after a couple of drinks and keep going, but it's not worth it, man. Oh, I've also begun not going to quite as many social events with friends and family who drink. I love booze to get a personality and be social. Always I pay for it hard the next day. My mother is a heavy addict, so I'm aware of genetic factors towards addiction. Seeing the hell she lives in after 35 years of alcohol and drug abuse is so sad. I haven't seen her in over 5 years. She creates so much pain and sadness. Don't become like that. Stop before you get deeper.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.